You're DMing everyone very regularly. You're doing non-stop sexting. I see someone offering free sexting to everybody. Still someone offering free voice notes screaming someone's name. That's a really good deal.
Bad bees.
Welcome to the most comprehensive YouTube about Onlyfans. Whether you're getting started, whether you have been started and it's not going to plan, you're in the right place. Content part 2, episode 7, it is about your online brand content. Everything from DP to banners to the copy. Secondly, the 2-page tactic. Now this falls under content because it will be how your content is delivered. So I'm putting it under content. What I want to start with is when I come on to your page where you're going to unload said content, what am I seeing already? So in terms of your DP, in terms of your banner, in terms of your bio. So first off, let's start with your display picture. Your display picture on all socials and across your dating sites usually should be your best picture. Either of you, your face, a nice good high quality one, or of one of your assets. So I was talking to a young lady recently, a young creator, and she had a fabulous page. She had a great ass, and a lot of her page was based around her ass. But her display pic was of her front, and whilst this was good also, it was not her main asset that she'd listed in her bio as well. So really, it's not that hard. Get a good, quite high quality picture. It doesn't have to be the same. Yeah, you've got a lot of freedom with that. Banner. Okay, I'll leave the measurements for your Twitter banner here and your Onlyfans banner here. There'll be 2 measurements. One for the laptop or your desktop and one for the phone. Just make one that can fit both. Right, so those are the measurements. Create a nice one. Doesn't need to be the most impressive thing. If you are going to build a banner, I'd recommend something like Canva or something like Venngage. You don't need to go into Photoshop too much. These two are very similar and they're geared towards things like this. So people on the laptop have a wider screen compared to your phone. Don't fret too much over this, just make sure there's no nudity, make sure it's some of your best pictures because you really want it's the first thing people will see, so you really need to make them want to see more. You want to tell people who you are and you want to entice them into the rest of your page. Highlights. Now highlights are past stories that you've saved onto your page. You can do this on Instagram. You can do this on Onlyfans also. In your highlights you can have your menu, you can have past reviews. The same for on Instagram, you can have, without saying, their Onlyfans past reviews or compliments. But you should also have highlights. They're a feature that you can take advantage of, so do so. Pinned posts. People on Onlyfans like to pin their services or the menu to the front, to the top. You can do the same on Twitter. You can post valuable information at the top, basically all your links or what you do, how much stuff costs, or a graphic of your menu. We'll get on to that in another episode. But yeah, essentially, pick your DP, make your quick, simple banner, or you can get someone off Fiverr to make it for you for a couple of quid. Make sure you have your pinned posts and your highlights up. Right, now your bio. Originally, I had the idea to sort of give you some examples of people's bios, but then I thought that a lot of you would end up copying them. And even though you haven't copied them directly, they'd still sound similar. And one, I thought that wasn't fair on whoever's bio I was using as an example. And 2, I thought it wouldn't do you any good. because what you'll see a lot on OnlyFans is exactly that. It's creators writing stuff other creators have said, thinking they're saying it a bit differently, but really it comes out sounding the same. A lot of this, I mean, the typical stuff you expect creators to say, I would think, to those people who are here for personal porn, to the people who are going to spend real money, is kind of off-putting. Like, I can't say some of the things because they're too graphic, they're too crude, they're too vulgar for YouTube, but you understand what I mean. So what I'm rather going to do is I'm going to tell you what points you should definitely have in your bio. So as said before in the episode on niches, please let them know what your niche is, right? They need to know what your niche is. Also, they need to know what you look like, your appearance. I want to know what size breasts you have, what size foot you are, if that's the thing you're into. I want to know what color your eyes are, what color your hair is. Also, as I linked in the fetish builder in episode 2, what kind of build you are. It's those sort of terms that will really, it will let someone know. It will let someone know instantly what kind of body you have. Then you need to write how regular you post. So you need to say daily pictures or weekly videos. And if you can, give an indication of duration as well. If you're doing 10-minute plus videos, if you're doing 5 to 10 minute videos. So give an indication of how regular you're posting and how long these videos are, or what you're posting, either pictures or videos. So they know what to expect. So they don't feel shortchanged if you're not a regular poster once they do subscribe. But really and truly, it's going to make more people subscribe if they know that you're posting more regularly. You need to make clear how far your content goes, right? If you do just nudity and artistic nudity at that, make sure you're writing that. If you don't do nudity, make sure you're writing that. If you do X-rated content, you perhaps don't need to write that, because you could write the fetish that you do. What I mean is, just ensure that you're being clear in what you offer. You don't want anyone to feel shortchanged. You want to be clear in what you're providing, because you got to think of it from the perspective of a potential subscriber. They've seen you in suggestive photos, but they don't know explicitly what you're providing. So do say how far your content goes. They need to know whether you offer any extra incentives and giveaways. These include things like whether you give away a premium Snapchat, whether you're DMing everyone very regularly, you're doing non-stop sexting. I see someone offering free sexting to everybody. Still someone offering free voice notes screaming someone's name. That's a really good deal. So you really need to, anything to do with your panties, any giveaways, any spin the wheels, anything that's original on your page, you need to make clear. Also, no paywalls or pay-per-view. If you're not charging anyone because of your strategy, you're not charging for PPV, put that in your bio, because I know subs are getting sick of that now. So that will help. You should also put any other links, such as your social media. If you do have a free page, put that in your bio. What I would say, 2 things which are very important as well: show a bit of your personality and be original. What I mean by be original is the way in which you say things. Say it as if it's you. I'm not talking about this online persona created that you've seen other creators write how you think you're supposed to write like that. I'm saying write it like it's you. The subscribers are ones that sound like amateurs. They're telling you everything you want to hear, all the facts you want to hear, but they're saying it like they're not these super kings of porn that know exactly what all these super terms are and what to do. So it seems kind of original. And it seems more amateur, and that's really key, as we've continuously talked about. It needs to feel amateur. Also, it needs to feel personal. So sprinkle a bit of your personality in there. If you say you like skiing, if you say you like showing off in public, if you say you like a certain type of music, if you say you like a certain brand. Right, let me talk about 2-page content now. So I'm going to link to a video by someone else, Leo, who I've already linked to before, who describes this 2-page tactic. I'm not in this video promoting for or against a 2-page tactic, because let me just firstly explain it. A 2-page tactic is where you have your original paid OnlyFans, where you can link a free page to it that also includes some of your content for free, and you sell PPV on there, pay-per-view. Now, why did that begin? Well, people realize that people want a little taste, a little slither on the OnlyFans website before they subscribe. So rather than check your posts between Reddit for it, they can just go to your free OnlyFans. They can see your nakedness, they can see your suggestive photos, they can see what you look like, and they can think, right, do I want to subscribe to this person? That people started being quite successful in selling PPV content on there, pay-per-view content on there. I know some people, what they do is once you subscribe to the free page, they'll constantly bombard you with DMs, right? And they will bombard you about PPV they're selling. And because it's free, because of the sheer amount of subscribers they have, thousands, they can make money that way. And you do make money that way. You're sending out 2 free videos a day, they're making money. You look at their pages and it's full of promo. So the Telegram groups, the Twitter drop groups, these are constantly promoting each other on the OnlyFans free page. So what you end up with is you go onto someone's free page, it's a wall of spam of other people's profiles. But sometimes someone will have a browse and they'll click on your profile that has links from someone else. So for or against it, who can really say? It depends on your strategy. But essentially you have a page where if you're promoting someone, then they have to promo you back. So you see why people do it. It allows people to see your free photos, and it also gives you an alternative means to sell to people who possibly don't want to subscribe to one person but would rather pay for a video. Personally, in my opinion, I would say a free page is effective in terms of giving someone a taster. People don't scroll through the OnlyFans page like they do social media. So when they're posting, constantly bombarding these people with like, oh, this person and this person and this person, they might just unfollow you because you're spamming their feed. So yeah, I would say if you are opening a free page, see how it goes for you. Try some promo by yourself first, or try some promo. Don't spam your feed yet, and then spam your feed and see if that works. Everything different works for different people because your tactic will be different. Like I said, I know someone, you subscribe to them, you subscribe to their paid page, they haven't updated it in 2 months, but they're messaging 3 times a day in the free page to send out vids and sell vids. So rather than try and concentrate on subscribers they have there, which possibly hasn't worked, their tactic is now, well, people are subscribing to my free page, I'm going to open and engage conversations there and try and sell them videos there. That's not my tactic, but like I said, if that's you, then it could work for you. Who am I to say what to do? If it's making you money, it's making you money. Right, so that's everything for today. As always, wait until the next video loads, watch the next video. It's